Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first match on the main card of NXT Vengeance Day. We're here live, here at NXT. The tag team titles are on the line. Two very popular, two very talented, two very just plainly good teams going head to head tonight. Legado del Fantasma and Imperium.
Scheduled for one fall, and is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challenger.
These two just completely embody that lucha libre style, that high flying, that very captivating look that you can see in the ring anytime these two men step in. They face Imperium. These two, you could consider these two masters of the Mexican lucha libre style. Imperium, you can consider them the masters of that old school European mat-based style of wrestling. You can argue until the sun goes dark about which style is better, which is more wrestling, but the fact is these two teams here are going to duke it out, and they're going to prove whether or not they deserve to stay as those champions, or whether or not this team here deserves to hold them. But let me tell you, Imperium, they are not going to let go of those titles easily. Imperium doesn't care that Legado del Fantasma won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. It's such a non-factor to these two men. Legado del Fantasma might have clawed their way through the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, might have joined that list of prestigious winners. But to men like Marcel, Barthel, and Aichner here, Imperium, your NXT Tag Team Champions, that does not matter. What matters at the end of the day to them, and really to the world at large, are those pieces of gold wrapped around their waist. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want these two to win or whether you want Legado del Fantasma to win, we're going to have a great match here tonight. Two different teams of specialists of two very different styles clashing here in NXT. That is what NXT is all about, bringing all of these different fighting cultures together, creating unique flavors of professional wrestling. And at the end of the day, those two belts are what's on the mind of every man in that ring. Imperium have been nothing but imposing champions, but strong champions. It's hard to imagine a world where that gold isn't over their shoulders, but who knows? History could be made tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as those titles go up on the line. Will Legado del Fantasma break them? We're going to have to see as we send it down to the ring announcer. And it has begun, ladies and gentlemen, with a sickening clothesline, sickening lariat across the throat. Oh my god. Got Aichner in the ring. Just absolutely taking it, destroying Raul Mendoza. God, stomp after stomp after stomp. Just absolutely decimating this young man in the ring. See, that's what that style means, ladies and gentlemen. That mat-based European style, to dismantle, to absolutely just tear apart your opponent. As we can see, Aichner there in the ring just picking apart Raul Mendoza. Mendoza, though, able to get out from underneath him. This could be a chance for him to get back on top in this match to win those NXT Tag Team Championships, heading to the lockup, sending him across the ring. Clothesline! Sending the larger man crashing down to the mat. Let's see what these two are going to end up here. Very precarious position. Aichner able to get out of that, though. This is going to be a very, very intriguing match to watch. Like I've said multiple times at this point, two masters of two very different styles colliding here tonight. Mendoza up to the top. I think he was going for a Hurricane Rana right there, but he landed in a powerbomb position, getting sent crashing down into the mat. You see there, Aichner's tagging in Marcel Barthel. This is a very dangerous man, a very scary man to be across the ring from. I'd argue to say he's, besides their leader in Imperium, the most intimidating man to be across the ring, but it doesn't look like Raul Mendoza is intimidated in the slightest. Mendoza calling his man back up. Springboard drop kick straight to the chest, shotgunning the heart into the spine. Grabbing his man by the back of the head, sending him into the corner. Is he looking for a tag here? If he was, it was put to sleep by Marcel. This could be a very bad spot for Legado del Fantasma. Some might say Mendoza needs to get to the tag. He needs to get Joaquin Phoenix in there. Just a drop kick straight to the jaw. Mendoza doesn't seem to quite know where he is. He needs to get Wilde in the ring. He needs to get out of there. Very good tag team technique is keeping both of your men very fresh, keeping both of your men equally in the ring, and Joaquin Wilde hasn't seen just a shot of that inside of that ring. Oh, just going after that left leg. Could be going, perhaps he's locked it in. Very, very bad spot for Mendoza to be in. Wilde sent crashing to the outside. If he wanted to help, he can't now. Mendoza, though, able to reverse the pressure. Forcing Barthel to release the hold. The damage could have already been done, though, ladies and gentlemen. Even 5 seconds trapped in that maneuver can be detrimental to a superstar's health. Regardless, Mendoza was able to finally get Wilde into the ring. Just a stomp to the chest, caving it in. Going up to the second rope here. Barthel doesn't quite seem to know quite where he is. He gets up only to fall into a Hurricane Rana from Wilde. Sends him crashing to the outside. Some might say the outside of the ring is where a luchador stands at his best. Asai moonsault all the way to the outside. Crashing down onto his opponent. Wilde's getting a lot of good shots in here. He's getting a lot of good hits in. This is exactly what Legado del Fantasma needed. Getting Mendoza nice and rested up so he can do what he does best. That plan might have just gone to it, you know. As Barthel is able to tag in Aichner. Aichner comes in, a raging house of fire, sending shot after shot into Mendoza. Mendoza fires back. It's not quite enough, though. You don't want to get into a chop contest. You don't want to get into a fist contest with one of these men. They are going to win that contest. Into the cover here. Oddly close to the ropes. It didn't matter. He had enough to kick out. Sending his man into the corner. Decimating that chest, making it oh so hard to breathe. It's hard to fight when you can't breathe, ladies and gentlemen. Sends him back into the corner, taking him up to the top. We're going to have to see what Wilde has planned here for his Imperium foe. Crashing down to the mat with a splash mountain into the cover. One, barely, only a 1 count. Imperium is not going to let go of these tag titles so easily. Though really, I think anyone who's ever even looked at Imperium would tell you that. Aichner sending the face, just crashing into that turnbuckle. The turnbuckle hurts, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much padding in there. Just a few inches really of pad separating an opponent's back and opponent's body from the metal inside. As Aichner looks to perhaps bust open Wilde, make him truly understand the kind of beast he's in the ring with, the kind of situation he's gotten himself into with a German suplex. The tide has quickly turned in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Wilde needs to get out of the ring. He needs to get that tag. He needs to bring back in Mendoza. Just an absolutely crushing backbreaker. Any wrestler needs their back, but a luchador especially does. As we go into a submission hold, it's broken up though. Broken up though with some ease. Might have been a bad situation for Wilde to get into there though. He's back on top now, but he doesn't have a man to tag out to. Perhaps that's what he was looking for there, but you saw on the side of your screen there, Mendoza got sent to the outside. We could guess that those two are fighting out there now. Getting him by the back of the head, perhaps taking him to his corner. No, sending him to the outside. This is not a good spot for Wilde to be in at this point in the match, ladies and gentlemen. For all we know, we could be watching the closing parts of this matchup. Mendoza's on top on the outside, but it doesn't matter. He's got two of the members of Imperium up. Wilde, though, coming up with a Hurricane Rana to the outside, sending him crashing into that concrete floor. There's padding out there, ladies and gentlemen, but let me tell you, it's not much. Moves like the Hurricane Rana were developed to crash hard into the mat, those stone mats that Lucha Libre used to have. Gets him into a nice suplex into the cover. 1, 2. He almost had him there, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more second, and we would have seen Legado del Fantasma's chances at the tag team titles dwindling. Might have spoken too soon though. Into the cover. 1, 2. He was able to get a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Joaquin Wilde cannot be discouraged. The fact is, he was 1 second away from that W, 1 second away from making history and becoming a tag team champion here in NXT. Finally, Wilde able to get out. Raul Mendoza coming in. Mendoza sending Aichner into the corner. Now we have an interesting flip of the switch here, ladies and gentlemen. Aichner, he's been in there for a good minute. He's been taking a lot of damage. Speaking of which, all the way from the top, superplex. Aichner has got to get to Barthel. He's got to pull that remaining strength he has to get to his partner in the corner. Let me tell you, Imperium are some strong bastards, I'll tell you that. But they're only human at the end of the day. The human body can only take so much. Going for a moonsault to the outside. It completely misses, though, sending him crashing out to the floor. I think that probably would have been a good spot for Aichner to tag out, though. It's taking some time to gloat. Hey, who am I to talk, though? It worked. Able to bring in his partner, finally, Marcel Barthel. Some very good tags, some very smart tags from both these teams. That's how you know you've got specialists in the ring. That's how you know you have some of the best tag teams in the world in NXT on the entire planet here. Bringing his man down, perhaps looking for a submission. No! Looks to drop him on top of his head. Crack that crown. He's going for a sickening chop. It's blocked, though. Mendoza up to the second rope. Is he able to get his move off? He's able to kick him away into a Hurricane Rana. This match, ladies and gentlemen, 1,000 miles a minute since it began. European match specialists, Mexican lucha libre experts colliding at NXT Vengeance Day. Pulls him up, perhaps looking to take him into the corner. Perhaps just against the ropes. Let's see what... Oh my God! Just sending a sickening kick to the side of the head. That's gotta leave you loopy. I don't care who you are. Mendoza perhaps setting up for something here. Bringing his man up, bringing him to the corner. No, he's bringing him to the ropes. It's just a quick and simple clothesline to the outside. Mendoza, though, he's ready. Twisting over the top, crashing down onto his opponent. This is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Good idea to tag out there. That was a big fall, even if he hit his target. Oh my God! You've got to wonder how far the human body can go. Marcel Barthel is a very, very strong opponent, very strong-willed, very strong in stature. But at the end of the day, he's still human. The human body can only take so much damage. It can only take so many hits, so many more hits after two grown men come crashing down on you from above. Legado del Fantasma in a very good spot in this match. Some showboating from the challenger. Was it the right move, though? He might have given his opponent too much time to rest up. Who am I to talk, though? Bringing his man into a lockup. Simple club to the back, to the spine, to the support structure of the entire human body. Barthel able to reverse, though. Perhaps getting his foot back on the pedal here. Perhaps getting Imperium back into the winning spot in this matchup. Smart tag from him. Bringing in his partner, Aichner. Sends Wilde crashing into the corner. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. The momentum of this match switches on a dime. 1 minute, one team's on top, the other's on top. You never know who's going to win. These are two very powerful teams. You could say maybe these two are equally matched. Who knows? What I do know, though, is that's going to cause some damage to the back. Into the cover, 1, 2. Barely able to kick out. A worse ref would have made a wrong call there. What's Aichner planning? Simple shot to the gut. Referee making sure that wasn't to the nether regions. Oh, looking for some move. It's reversed, though, into a slam. And it may not be the most pretty move, but damn it, it got his man down, didn't it? Legado del Fantasma's hopes maybe going up in flames. Into the cover. Got to pull his man over. 1, 2. The breakup from Mendoza saving his team, keeping them in the match. Aichner was not happy about that, though. Looking to send his man crashing down to the floor. Mendoza's out and down. Is this a smart move from Aichner? He's giving Wilde some good time to rest up on the inside while he takes his frustrations out on Mendoza. Perhaps he should be taking those frustrations out on Wilde, not the illegal man. The ref's counting. We're on to a 3 count. Finally climbing back into the ring. Into the roll-up, though. It was a rope break. Maybe in a better spot, that would have been it, ladies and gentlemen. Aichner had his eye completely off the ball. Very uncharacteristic of one of Imperium's most dangerous opponents. Climbs up to the second rope. Not able to do anything, though, as quickly Aichner pulls him off. Going for the leg. Quick kick to the side of the head. Throwing Aichner loopy. As Wilde sends looks to send a forearm into the jaw. Didn't quite work out, though. Oh! What is Aichner planning here? Sending him into the corner. Don't think I need to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the corner is not a good spot to be in the wrestling ring. You have no way to defend yourself. As Aichner is probably going to find out here unless he can find a way out of this. He's sent up to the top rope. It's a very precarious spot for him to be in. Crashing down to the mat. I don't think people realize how high up that is. That's got to be at least 8 feet in the air that come crashing down on that mat. That mat is not forgiving. If you've ever bumped into one of those, it hurts. Sends Barthel crashing down. Going for a suicide dive. Over the top. Once again, though, that might have been the wrong move. Mendoza! The ref wasn't paying attention. No, these two aren't going to get this easy win. There's no way. Pulling his man up. Straight to the jaw. Aichner might be out. There's the 3. Legado del Fantasma are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I might not like how that match ended. I might not like the way the victors came out on top. You might not like it. You might not like what happened there at the end, how Legado del Fantasma came out on top. But pay attention to the last part of that sentence. The fact is they came out on top. The fact is the history books say that tonight, Legado del Fantasma are your new tag champions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
The Cruiserweight Championship is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Title matches do go differently as well when there's bad blood involved. This is a match that has a lot of that. Here we see Kushida. Kushida's been on an absolute tear recently. If you've been watching the product, you would know. This man has been tapping out name after name. Daivari, Brian Kendrick, Wes Lee. Many people have tapped out to Kushida. And can Kushida sort of repeat history here tonight? Can he finally capture that coveted Cruiserweight Championship? The Cruiserweight title is a title that has a lot of history if you're willing to date it back to its days in WCW. I mean, so many great names have held this title. Rey Mysterio Jr. I mean, Ultimo Dragon, Jushin Liger. So many people have held the WCW iterations of this title. So many great names, even in WWE. Rey Mysterio has held it multiple times in WWE as well. It's a title that has a lot of history, that has a lot of prestige to it. Kushida's looking to add his name to that pile. But he's got this man in his way. The Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Roderick Strong. Strong's made it clear too. He's on a mission too. He's not only looking to keep that title, he's been trying to recruit Kushida. He knows Kushida's a good opponent. You know, if Strong had it his way, he wouldn't be facing Kushida tonight. If he had it his way, Kushida would be in his corner for this matchup. But things haven't worked out quite like that. There's too much has happened. There's too much bad blood. This isn't a relationship that's going to be fixed within a close amount of time. You know, it's going to be a while until these two are going to be cool with each other. It's a simple way to put it, but it's the best way to put it, because this is a simple rivalry. This is a very simple situation. I want your title. I tried to screw with you. It didn't quite work, but let's see who's going to be the better man tonight. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Roderick Strong has done a lot of political play in the time leading up to this matchup, but he doesn't have any of that now. We're going to send it down to our man in the ring to announce this Cruiserweight Championship match.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 192 pounds, KUSHIDA! And introducing the champion from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Roderick Strong!
The two men are gearing up. It's about time we get this Cruiserweight match underway, and Strong comes in hard with a hard knee to the face. Might have knocked Kushida loopy already to begin with. It's not a good position to be in at the start of a match. The start of a match is a feeling out process. I mean, you hear that quote so many times. It's true though. You need that beginning of the match to understand where you are, to understand where your opponent is, to find out what's going on between you two. But Kushida seems to be perfectly fine. He's firing back at Strong. See, Kushida's not dumb. He knows he's going to have to look out for a lot from Strong here. Strong is a capable opponent. He's not a weakling. He's not a phony champion. He's Cruiserweight Champion for a reason. He catches Kushida, slams him down hard. God, you can just tell all the anger coming out of all of these maneuvers. I mean, look at this. That's just brutal. Because you'd have to, you'd have to think that Strong's thinking about pulling out that pile driver. I mean, he took out Trent Seven, you know, half of Mustache Mountain with that pile driver on the apron. That's a very dangerous move. You've seen many people like Pentagon Jr., for instance, use that move. It's feared. It's dangerous. It can end careers. I know many people who have had their careers cut short because of that maneuver. Kushida's going to have to look out for that, and Strong's going to be wanting to utilize that here. Seems like they're on a little bit of an easier playing field at the moment. God! Into the cover. 1, 2. No, not even a 2 count quite yet. Strong's going to have to do a lot more to get Kushida down here. Simple forearm to the jaw. Disorient him. It's bringing him back up. Into the corner. Can Kushida get out of it? Can Kushida get Strong off of him? He can't. It's very, very methodical tearing down of Kushida. A lot of people forget. I mean, these moves add up. Those kicks, they didn't do much damage, but over time, all that damage to the chest cavity, it's going to make it hard to breathe. It's going to make it hard to move. Going to hurt more and more each time he's got to pull himself off the mat. I mean, even something as simple as that, going into the corner, your back's going to hit that corner. It's going to hurt. Oh! He's focusing a lot on that midsection, that back, the chest area, into the cover. 1, 2. Barely. Just barely kicking out. Strong knows he's close, and he's gonna have to keep that temper under check. You gotta make sure he doesn't get frustrated. Getting frustrated is the #1 way you'd lose a match. Strong sent all the way to the outside. Dear God. Right out here in front of the announce position. Axe handle to the top of the skull. We do have a count here. Both of them are able to get back in the ring right away, though. Both of these men want that title. Strong has champion's advantage, but I'd like to hope and believe that Strong is a better man than that. He's not going to use that championship's advantage to his own benefit. He's going to want to pin Kushida in the center of the ring, prove a point. Some flash there, drop kick. Kushida's going out to the corner. Kushida could already be looking to end this. Are we looking at the new Cruiserweight Champion? No, he blocks it. Blocks it again. Strong has studied Kushida. He knows what's going on. These two men trying to calculate what the next is going to do. Trying to figure out who's going to do what and when. Wrestling is as much a puzzle game as it is a fight, Into the corner. Again into the corner. Just drilling his knee into the nose. It's going to make it hard to breathe for Kushida after a while. You got to breathe to fight. Roderick Strong knows that. Taking up to that second rope. Oh! All that power just shocking through Kushida's spinal cord. Let's see. 1, 2. Didn't think that put Kushida down, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. Kushida's able to possibly start getting out of this. Maybe look to try and put the finishing touches on Strong. Oh my God, the Japanese arm drag. Kushida might be trying to get on a roll here. Brings him up to the top rope. What's he looking to do here? Oh my God, it's blocked. That couldn't have been good for Kushida. Landing on your knees like that so unexpectedly, it's going to do damage. Oh my God, snapping the spine in half. That could be it. 1, 2. Barely a worse ref would have made the wrong call there. Gotta put some credit on the ref there. His hand was coming down. Strong almost had Kushida there. He knows it. Like I said, he's got to keep that temper under check. It's interesting for him to go after the legs here, I will say. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me too much Kushida was able to get out of that. I mean, Strong has been targeting the body so much, it might be a better idea for him to, focus on the body, focus on the back, the chest. Strong coming forward. Does he think he can catch him here? He can't! Perhaps he thought he was looking for a Hurricane Rana or something. Whatever it wasn't quite what Strong was looking for. Kushida, though, could be coming in. Could be going. We could be looking at the new Cruiserweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen. Pulls him up. There, he's got it locked in. He's got it locked in. Can Strong get out of this? Kushida's made so many men tap out to this maneuver. Strong able to get out though. You got to give some credit to Strong. He's been studying. Oh! Could that be it? Could that out of nowhere? Could that be what it needed? Oh, getting flustered here, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. It's very hard to call a match like this. There's so many emotions involved, so many, feelings involved. And the Cruiserweight, beyond that, the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line. 1, 2, gets out of it. No, pulls it up. 1, no. These two men, I don't know how much more they can handle. Snaps it the back in half. I can't quite understand how Kushida's even standing anymore. Most other men would have buckled under that pressure already. Pulling him back up. And the reversal though, Strong might not have been ready for that. It might have caught him sincerely off guard there. Sends him to the outside. Do have the 10 count here, but you can do some damage on the outside. It is possible. Get some good hits in on the outside. That 10 count, it's 10 seconds, but the ref takes a ginger amount of time to count. It's the top of the skull. It's surprising he's not busted open after that. Pulling him over. Getting him back inside the ring. He knows he's got to end the match there. He knows that's where the pinfall counts. This isn't falls count anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Reversal from Strong, reversal from Kushida. These two men, reversal again. They've studied each other so much. Each man knows how the other functions. Strong could be going for the killing blow here. We'll have to see. He's pulling him over to the other side of the ring. No. Strong pulling out that. Oh my God! That last ace in the hole from Roderick Strong. He might have snapped Kushida's neck. The fact that the man's even standing anymore is astounding. That could be it. I don't know how a man could get back up from that. 1, 2, 3. It's Roderick Strong, you're new. Sorry, I'm all flustered here. You're retaining Cruiserweight Champion. It's a brutal matchup. These two men, all credit to Kushida. I'm hoping he's alright. I'm hoping this is nothing career threatening for the young superstar, but after a move like that, that took, you see it again there, that took Trent Seven out. We'll have to wait and see how Kushida's doing. Strong though, it's his time to celebrate, to be happy with the fact that he still has that Cruiserweight title. and gentlemen, we are back at NXT Vengeance Day, and we've got a match coming up here that is very personal. It's gonna either be a great night or a very sad night for one of these superstars. LA Knight coming out first. LA Knight, you know, he's, to say the man has a loud mouth, it's a bit of an understatement. You know, it's his loud mouth that's caused this match to even start. When Kyle O'Reilly was announcing his intentions to leave NXT, you know, this man came out and, you know, challenged Kyle O'Reilly. He wanted to make an example out of Kyle O'Reilly. Only after insult did O'Reilly accept the challenge by dropping this man on his damn head. And let me tell you, it hasn't been that simple since. I mean, that you hear that sounds complicated. Yeah, you haven't heard the start of it. These two men have been making each other's lives hell for the past few weeks. Here comes the man who's looking to sort of end on a nice little storybook ending here tonight. Kyle O'Reilly looking to
and his opponent from Vancouver, British Columbia.
There's no other way to put it, to shut LA Knight up. Win, lose, or draw, this is the last time we're going to see Kyle O'Reilly here in NXT. You know, who knows where he's going to end up next, if anywhere. You know, for all we know, this could be the end of Kyle O'Reilly in general. Either way, he's made his last mission, his last goal clear, to shut LA Knight up and to leave on the highest of high notes in NXT. The faithful here are gonna miss him. It's gonna be hard to imagine LA Knight having a lot of support in this match, but regardless, Kyle O'Reilly is gonna be looking to make a statement here. It's gonna be a very emotional matchup, not only for him, but for some of the NXT faithful here. This man last wrestled Cameron Grimes on NXT, his last match on the weekly product. LA Knight took that moment away from him. He took that away from Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly looking to make short work of LA Knight. He's pulling them up. These two have been making their lives absolute hell these past few weeks. I mean, you can't have these guys in the same room without them coming to brawl. Boot scrapes, oh my god. Cross, oh! Gonna wipe that smug look off of that LA Knight's face, it looks like. Pulling Knight back up. He's got him by the back of the head, he's pulling him over. Getting him into the center of the ring. The combinations! God! Jaw loose, going into the cover here. 1, 2, no. Perhaps everyone here might have put some doubt onto LA Knight's name. LA Knight is, you know, despite all this, he's a great competitor here. LA Knight, you know, there's a reason you don't end up in NXT without being a damn good wrestler, and LA Knight looking to maybe prove that tonight. Clothesline, calling Kyle back up. Kyle doesn't quite know where he is, sending him into the corner. Good old simple gut kicks into the corner and makes Stone Cold proud, stump a mud hole. Pulling Kyle O'Reilly back up, looking to dismantle this man who's already a legend in NXT. LA Knight, you know, sort of a new kid on the block, looking to make a name off of Kyle O'Reilly. Just repeated strikes into the corner. Kyle can't even stand up anymore. Kyle is looking real loopy. It's hard to tell if he knows exactly where he is, if he knows even what's going on. Just LA Knight talking a whole lot of shit. I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but when the match starts, that's when the fighting happens.
You've done your talking already. See, look at that. Now, he let Kyle get nice and rested up. He's got into the combo. LA Knight was on top of this matchup, but then he let Kyle catch his breath. I've got to be impartial here, but this is my little 2 cents. Slamming his head into that top turnbuckle is a hard metal rod beneath that. You know, that's not going to feel good. It's not just padding. There's not much padding there. Oh! God, taking his head off. LA Knight might have to. He might have realized. I realize he has to get serious here. Pulling him up. Sending him into the ropes. Oh my God. Going into the cover. 1, 2. Not even a 2 count yet. LA Knight has a lot of work to do. He's going to have to put a lot more work in here. Kyle's still perfectly fine. I mean, he's taking damage, of course. You know, not at 100% right now, but LA Knight might have done too much talking. He's allowed Kyle to get on top in this matchup already. Bringing him into the center of the ring. Go! Oh! I've seen shots like that knock men out. The fact that Knight is even still conscious is commendable on his part. Now you know, God, that could pull a man's arm out of the socket. You just know. You know Kyle O'Reilly is taking in all this offense he's been getting in. He was barred from touching LA Knight until tonight. He's relishing in all of this offense he's able to finally get on this loud-mouthed bastard. Just repeated shots to the head. Maybe he's looking trying to bust him open here. Knight trying to cover up as much as he can. Now pulling him back up. Got him by the back of the head again. Against the ropes. What's Kyle planning? Oh my God! That type of maneuver, it's not going to win you the match, but it's going to hurt. It's going to bother you. You know, you ever try to work, you know, with a sprained wrist, you know, with something that really doesn't matter all that much. It's going to hurt. It's going to. Just look at the pain on LA Knight's face. That's not going to go away anytime soon. That pain. Knight able to get out of it, but you know that pain's still going to be there. Kyle did some damage. Can Knight though? Can Knight withstand the damage? Can he say screw it and just get on with this? LA Knight back on top. He's going to have to be careful to remain on top. Like I've said, LA Knight, he's a great competitor. He's a good wrestler. There's nothing anyone can say to tell me that LA Knight is not good. He is a very good wrestler, but he's got to know when to be quiet, and he's got to know when to dish out damage. It looks like he's taking his matchup a little more seriously. He's got him by the neck here. Oh! It's almost a good thing. He's going to cover 1, 2, kick out. He's doing some more damage on Kyle. I'm going to say it's almost a good thing Kyle's leg came down first. That could have been real bad for Kyle there. Still a lot of damage there, but I feel like it's less damage, you know, touching the floor first at least. He's able to kick LA Knight off. Oh my God! Looking in closely, I think he might have busted him open there. We got blood. NXT Vengeance Day backbreaker. Kyle taking in the admiration of the fans. The fans are soaking in all this good offense from Kyle O'Reilly. This might be the last time they could see it. Neck breaker though from Knight. Slamming his head against the mat. Getting busted open is not a good feeling. Knight might be pissed off now, really. Kyle might have been a bad move on Kyle's part. Granted, he didn't mean to. To get blood, though, that might not matter. He's got him knocked loopy. He's got to get him away from the ropes, though. He's wasting precious time. Kyle's got to get into the cover. 1, 2. No, barely. If only Kyle was able to do that a little more away from the ropes. He didn't have to get time, waste precious time getting Knight away from the ropes. That might have been it. Taking out the knee there. He's looking to dismantle Knight completely at this point. God, even more damage to that already bloody head. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. He's resilient. You've got to give LA Knight that. You might not like the guy, but he's resilient. Bring Knight back up. Knight's able to block that sickening lariat, taking off the head of Kyle O'Reilly. Get him into that DDT. God, driving his head into the mat. See, he's got him up. Could this be LA Knight's moment? He hit it off. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. It's got to be going through LA Knight's head. How do I put this guy away? How do I shut this match down? He might be looking for it now, though. Kyle wasn't that loopy. He was able to get it off. Got him into that guillotine choke. Can LA Knight get out of this? He's got to get out quickly. He's struggling so much too. That's going to put more pressure. That's going to make it harder for him to escape. LA Knight, though, able to muster the strength. Slam Kyle back down to the mat. Oh, driving his face into the mat. I don't think Kyle even saw that coming. 2, 3. I'm stunned, to be quite frank with you, ladies and gentlemen. LA Knight able to pull that off. Kyle might have got more damage into LA Knight. He was able to come in with that surprise. The surprise hits every now and then. Those big hits, they take a toll on you. This might have been too much for Kyle O'Reilly. And looks like Kyle O'Reilly's going to be leaving NXT on a somber note. Been a great career for Kyle O'Reilly here, but it looks like LA Knight is going to be the one to put an end to that storybook ending that Kyle O'Reilly was looking for. I said it before, LA Knight's big mouth got this matchup, but fair's fair. His big mouth got him this win tonight, this huge win. Undoubtedly a big moment for the young wrestler. See Kyle O'Reilly, though, up at the entranceway. You hear the fans. They don't want Kyle O'Reilly. Wait a minute! The match is over tonight. You won, but what more is there to prove? He's gone mad. He's got LA Knight pulling him up, setting him up the stage. Careful up there. Those are some pretty big falls to take. Kyle O'Reilly, though, able to get Knight off of him. This is not sanctioned by NXT, ladies and gentlemen. These two are going at it. No. Got him into that guillotine choke. LA Knight might have bit off more than he could chew here. He had his moment, and now he's going to have it ripped away from him. Yeah, he tapped. He's demanding to be let out. LA Knight making an absolute fool out of himself. Kyle O'Reilly's just seeing blood at this point. Oh my God! Bad move on LA Knight's part. Kyle O'Reilly having the last laugh. Saying his last few goodbyes to the NXT faithful. Here in his last match at NXT Vengeance Day, he walked away with an L. Well, in my opinion, he walked away with the last laugh.